I'm Kamal Santa Maria with a look at some of the stories we're covering here on Al Jazeera. Protesters in Thailand are vowing to occupy state buildings until the government steps down. They're already staging a sit-in at the Finance Ministry. Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra has used an emergency law to tighten security in Bangkok. Florence Louis has more from Bangkok.
Police have managed to obtain from the criminal court an arrest warrant for one of the top protest leaders, Mr. Suthep. We've tried to get a comment from Mr. Suthep. Now, he says he's vowed to stay on here at the Finance Ministry. He's at the Finance Ministry at this moment in a meeting. Now, he says he's planning to address protesters sometime later on Tuesday. We've also tried to get a comment from the police. Now, the police spokesman said they're going to try to come into the Finance Ministry in a couple of hours and persuade protesters to leave.
Protest too in Bangladesh, where opposition supporters have begun a two-day blockade of roads and railways nationwide. They're calling for the creation of a caretaker government to oversee elections next year. Honduras is a step closer to naming its new president. Two-thirds of the votes counted. And election officials say the ruling party candidate has an irreversible lead. But the main opposition candidate, Xiomara Castro, is still refusing to back down. And Kenya says it's time to close the Dadaab refugee camp near its border with Somalia. It's the largest refugee camp on the planet, established 20 years ago and home to nearly 500,000 refugees. The government says repatriations will be voluntary, but many Somalis fear they will be forced to go home. Just some of the stories we're looking at here on Al Jazeera. Plenty more for you online at aljazeera.com.